Hey, One World Entertainment, and a new rumour is doing the rounds about a sequel to a movie that came out in 1985. Yeah, we're going to jump into this and have a look because the reasoning that they say this is happening doesn't make sense. I think we'll all know what the real reason is, but I would also take it with a massive grain of salt because it's nothing official from the studio, nothing official from the cast or director or anything like that. It's from a quote-unquote source, and the source reported it to the Sun newspaper. Yeah, so not exactly reliable, but we'll have a look at this anyway. But before we do have that sad news, of course, of the passing of none other than the legendary James Earl Jones, who sadly passed away at the age of 93, and what a legend this guy is. Now, from what I understand, he did sign over the rights to his voice to Disney, or I think it was exclusively to Disney, it may not have been. So I wouldn't be surprised if we just start seeing them like throw Darth Vader into everything so they can use the voice. They may not, but it's Disney, they probably will. My biggest question now is, will they actually start to wish him a happy birthday? Because they never did. But it's very sad to see we've lost yet another one of these legends, one of these fine actors that we all grew up with. Very sad. And I've put together a little video of some of his career, like highlights, you know, some of the best parts, and I'll play that at the end of this video. So RIP to the legend that is James Earl Jones. And it's funny as well, the movies and stuff that people don't realise he was in. One of them, I remember seeing, I think I was still in single digits of age when I saw it. Don't know if you've ever heard of it. It was called The Ambulance. It was about this ambulance going around New York that just picked people up, you know. Did someone be injured or something, this ambulance would show up, pick you up, and all of a sudden you were never seen again. And they were like, where did this ambulance go? And James Earl Jones was always chewing gum in it. Eric Roberts was in it as well. You can find the trailer actually of it online. But yeah, I always remember that movie because of him chewing the gum as well. But yes, as I said, rest in peace James Earl Jones, and much love and prayers to his friends and family. So with that, let's go into what this news actually is, and it's about a sequel to none other than The Goonies. Yes, the thing that's been talked about for years about happening. Now all of a sudden this source comes out and says it is happening. And not just is it happening, but it's happening with the original cast. So let's have a look at this article. So it says, the original cast of the 1985 classic The Goonies will reunite for a sequel set for release in 2026 or 2027. According to The Sun, the Goonies reboot has been talked about for a long time, but it's finally been given the green light to go ahead, a source said. Now it's interesting they say reboot. It's not going to be a reboot, it's meant to be a sequel. There's a big difference between reboot and sequel. But it continues anyway, saying, according to the source, the plan is to start developing the ideas for the follow-up next summer, with a possible release date of 2026 or 2027. The nearly 40-year-old movie was based on a story by Steven Spielberg. It chronicled a group of kids from Goondocks, Oregon, on their quest for the treasure of pirate One-Eyed Willie, and the obstacles they had to overcome along the way. Their signature catchphrase was, Goonies never say die. And now they're talking about how it's all exciting and stuff, but here's the part that doesn't make sense, which is their reasoning for why they want to do it. So it says, the source said the team starting the project is so excited. The source added, it is the early days, but the youth adventure market is on fire, so they want to capitalize on this. The Goonies is 39 years old now, and the idea that they can bring the magic of the film to a whole new audience has the team very excited. So right there, you're hearing they are saying the youth adventure market is on fire and that's what they want to capitalize on. No, it isn't. What youth adventure market? Show me that and I'll show you a lie. There's no adventure market for youth. That is the dumbest thing. No, the reason that this is possibly been coming up now, and it's possibly a source just trying to say it to maybe try and make it happen, is the fact that we've just seen Beetlejuice come out with a massive opening weekend, on top of Top Gun Maverick, which cracked $1 billion. So they're obviously going, the nostalgia is there for these old characters and these old franchises. Now is the perfect time to make these. That's what they're talking about. There's no youth adventure market and a whole new audience. Now, the idea that they want to bring back the original cast as well, like, you're talking about a youth market, and yet all these guys are up in their 50s. Like, what youth market would that be targeting? The only way this movie could possibly work is if it ends up being the adventure of their kids. That they will be in there, but barely, and there'll be more surrounding their kids. But my biggest question is, what the hell would a sequel to the Goonies even be? You know, the whole idea of the original film was they were obsessed with finding this treasure of One-Eyed Willie. And how are you going to do that now? Because they find all of that stuff, and we know how the movie ended. But I just don't understand how a sequel to this would work now, especially with the original cast, where it doesn't end up focusing on a younger cast. You know what I mean? I suppose there are ways you could do it. I mean, look at Ghostbusters, what they've done, but I just don't see this working. And Goonies is a fun film. I think it's slightly overrated. I don't think it's this huge, massive movie that just like every single person loves. It's absolutely loved, and it's absolutely a classic. But I don't think it's one of those super high rating. If you've noticed, it's never really on anywhere. You know, that kind of tells you where it falls in line. When you look at all movies like the original Ghostbusters, or Star Wars, or Jurassic Park, even something of that age, or E.T. or something, they're almost always shown somewhere. Goonies very rarely is. Oddly enough though, it was only made for 19 million, and it did gross 125 million. So it absolutely blew away the box office back in the day. But it'll be interesting to see what actually comes of this. And like, how are you going to do it if all the original cast come in? Corey Feldman? You kidding me? Have you seen him lately? Holy crap, he's gone batshit crazy. But it would be interesting. I know there would be a lot of people very excited about the idea of this movie actually happening. We'll have to wait and see what actually happens. And there is rumours that Spielberg is working on it. Don't know whether he's set to direct it or anything, but there is talk that he is working on it as well. But again, let's take this with a massive grain of salt, being the fact that it is a quote-unquote source telling the Sun of all places. And there seems to only be, as of now, only one website I'm seeing reporting on this. So yeah, we'll take it with not a pinch of salt, a massive pinch of salt. But let us know if you're interested in a Goonies sequel. What do you think of the original movie, and would you even want to see the original cast come back? Let us know in the comments. And with that, I will show this video now that I just stuck together. It's very short off, but it's just a thank you and a rest in peace James Earl Jones. So with that, like, share, subscribe, you know the drill. Cheers, and I will catch you in the next one. James, this is for you, you legend. Rest in peace.
Look, Simba, everything the light touches is our kingdom.
Wow.
A king's time as ruler rises and falls like the sun. One day, Simba, the sun will set on my time here. Let me guess. You like Star Wars. You know, I've been in other movies. People will come, Ray. They'll come to Iowa for reasons they can't even fathom. They'll turn up your driveway, not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door. I'm King Joffrey Joffer, ruler of Zamunda.
Yeah, we'll have a seat. Chair number 2 be ready in a second.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
You the power of the dark side. Obi-Wan never never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No. I am your father.
My child, you have come to me, my son. For who now is your father if it is not me? Who gave you the will to live?